the black flag of Guinness in American soil.
First of all, House of Guinness is absolutely incredible. I binged the hell out of this show. It is so good. You guys are so fantastic in it. Jack, Byron arrives as a long-lost cousin, a little rough around the edges. I love this character. Tell me a little bit more about Byron and building that insider-outsider tension with the other characters.
That's it, yeah. I guess what makes Byron special is that he has a foot in both camps. You know, his mum being Anglo-Irish, you know, upper-class member of the Guinness family, and his dad being on the other side of the spectrum in the Fenian Brotherhood, the IRB. And yeah, I guess he's able to use that unique position to leverage himself within the family and, you know, finds a way to get this job, essentially, to sell and promote Guinness in New York on behalf of the family. So, you know, he gets into a few scrapes along the way, but ultimately, yeah, he proves himself to be a pretty good salesman, and then he comes back to Dublin and, yeah, becomes a political campaigner. So I guess he's a shapeshifter, chameleon guy who's ambitious and resilient, and yeah, he was a lot of fun to play.
Jack of all trades. That guy is so charismatic. I'd follow him anywhere. Now, Ellen gets closer. Ellen gets closer to the siblings and starts uncovering secrets. What excited you about playing someone who sees behind the facade of the Guinness family?
Oh my God. I think she's like an opportunist. It's the same as like Byron. They're very different, but also, you know, takes an opportunity and will run with it.
Strong-willed.
For her cause, you know, and I think she doesn't really care who the Guinnesses are. All she knows is they represent everything that she's against. And she's, you know, blackmailing, which isn't the most noble thing, but the end result is to get support for her cause, which is all she cares about.
Absolutely. Byron, speaking of causes, you touched on this a sec, or Byron, Jack, you touched on this a second ago. Byron is tied to the Fenians, while the Guinnesses serve as the establishment. Talk to me about how he balances the politics and the family loyalty and where he kind of lies in between that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly how he feels personally. Obviously, I do think he's proud of his father's involvement in the revolution, but I also think that he realizes that, you know, he has to play his cards right and he has to play both sides. And yeah, maybe part of Byron's charm is that you never really know where he stands, and there maybe is a bit of an amorality there where he puts himself first and his own ambition first. And yeah, I'd love to discover more about him, you know, if we get to tell this story more and, yeah, uncover more layers.
I'm telling you right now, there better be a second season, because the way the season ends, I was like, no. Ellen and Edward share pivotal moments. Now, without spoilers, what drew you to their connection as an actor?
I think their connection, they're so different. They're from such different classes and societies and religions. And I think it was that, like, seeing a human in one another, they have a lot of mirroring sides to them. You know, they both have kind of, you know, that brother that gets into a lot of trouble that they keep having to save them. And Ellen's love for, you know, her cause, and versus Edward's love for his brewery, and kind of teaming up. And I think he also treats her with a lot of respect, which as a woman back then was hard to come by. I think she kind of sees the human. I think they see the human in each other, you know? She's not who he thought he was. So yeah, really interesting.
I also love the fact that the women on this show are at the forefront of social change, especially within this time frame, which I think that's absolutely incredible. But for both of you, the Guinness family is always playing chess. Do you see Byron and Ellen as pawns, or are they power players within the world?
I think they're players.
Oh my God, they're players.
For sure, they're playing.
Yeah.
They're playing as much as they can.
Yeah. They'll take it and run with it. You know, I mean, opportunists. Yeah. For sure. Definitely.
There's this wedding that happens in episode 4, I believe, and it's this. For me, it was like this dreamlike sequence, which really transported me to the world. I felt like I was there. Was there a moment on set where you stepped in and you said, "Wow, this feels like I'm transported back in time"?
It was my first day on set, I think.
No way.
I'm just getting on there, and it was Ellen's opening scene, which was, I was so lucky to have that moment. And then just kind of remember I was dressed up, I had my wig, and I was looking at Seamus O'Hara, who plays my brother, and he was dressed up in his clothes, and I was on the streets of Stockport, and I was like, oh my, how did I get here?
No, it's
Do you know
crazy,
what I mean? It's just like, that's a pinch me moment, you know, and it just continued throughout the whole series. I was just getting like more and more gobsmacked as we went on. It was incredible.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, What do you think will surprise audiences the most about Byron and Ellen, their roles in the story?
I mean, I think for Byron, he's hopefully always surprising. Maybe he's surprising himself. But I think, yeah, he's someone who you perhaps can't really pin down. You know, maybe he doesn't reveal his true self that often because he's always maybe playing a game. He's always strategizing and figuring out how to play his cards right. So there's something a bit hidden that I hope is entrancing. About Byron.
Now, for both of you, I have to ask: are you Guinness drinkers? And where is the best pint of Guinness you've ever had?
Yes, we're Guinness drinkers.
We do.
Yeah,
we
love a bit of Guinness.
like a Guinness for our sins.
I will say my dad's pub in Dublin. It's called McCormack's, and I grew up there and I've been around Guinness drinkers my whole life. I mean, not in the pub physically, growing up in the pub, but obviously my dad works in the pub, so
good chicken tenders as well.
Great chicken tenders.
Yeah. What are the opening hours?
8 to 12.
8 to 12.
There we go.
Is a week.
Yeah.
Now, there's this part where Edward pours the Guinness for your character, Ellen, and it's the perfect pour. I'm not going to lie. It made me want to immediately drink a Guinness. Have you guys executed your Guinness pour perfectly?
Oh, I don't know if I'm that good. I've never worked in a like behind the bar, so I've never really properly done it.
No, I don't think I've ever done it properly from the.
I feel like there's a knack.
Can.
There's a knack to it.
It's all about patience. It's that Guinness minute that he talks about so well.
Guinness minute.
True. Yeah.
Are you a Guinness drinker yourself?
I love Guinness. Actually, I don't drink beer, but I only drink Guinness. It is my favorite.
Nice.
Yes. Amazing.
Look, I can't wait for people to see this season. Me personally, I can't wait for season 2. Incredible job on the show. Incredible job. Thank you for your time. I love it.
Thank you so much. Have a
Thank
nice
you.
day.
Take care.
Spes mea en Deo. Love is our hope.